One Claude session just ran 1,000 agents. Now, on to the AI
Welcome
learning.
to the Claude Opus 4.8 masterclass. In this session, we'll focus on 3 pillars: precise effort control, dynamic multi-agent workflows, and building honest AI behaviors. We'll work hands-on in claude.ai, Cowork, and Claude Code, with all material provided free through DDS Vibe Academy. Opus 4.8 changes how Vibe coders work by pushing back on bad inputs. Instead of silently using flawed data, it flags defects, asks for clarification, and is 4 times less likely to gloss over code issues. It is also 10 times less overconfident than 4.7 in single-session use. 3 milestones define the 4.8 release. First, it shipped only 41 days after 4.7. Second, internal evals showed 0 flawed results with 4 times less code glossing. Third, it successfully powered a port of roughly 750,000 lines of Zig code to Rust, demonstrating real-world robustness. Here is the 4.8 release at a glance. Opus 4.8 is the flagship model at the same cost as before. Effort control introduces a 5-level slider on all plans. Dynamic workflows add subagents for Max and Team. System entries enable mid-task system message injection via the API. Use this baseline effort rule. Start with High for coding and agentic tasks where depth matters. Choose High for intelligence-sensitive workloads such as analysis or design. Only step effort down after your evaluations confirm that lower levels still meet your quality bar. The 5-block intent. Template structures every serious prompt. First, define the outcome in one clear sentence. Next, specify constraints and context, including rules and key files. Finally, add test and gate instructions so the model self-verifies and knows exactly when to stop. Blocks 1 through 3 set up the work. Precisely define the outcome to anchor the model. Apply strong constraints to avoid vague, generic advice. Then attach sharp context files instead of long prose, so Claude can reason over concrete project conventions and assets. Blocks 4 and 5 enforce honesty. The test block explains how success will be verified, such as existing tests passing unchanged. The gate block tells Claude when to pause, restate constraints, or list files before acting. Opus 4.8 reliably follows these gates, unlike prior models. Gated responses look different in 4.8. Where 4.7 might guess missing details and proceed, 4.8 explicitly flags uncertainty, asks for context, and highlights hidden coupling before refactoring. This behavior prevents silent, confident errors in complex codebases. Effort levels in Claude Code range from low to max. For most agentic coding, High is the recommended default. When you enable ultracode, Claude automatically invokes dynamic workflows when they add value. Effort directly controls depth of reasoning and token consumption. To invoke a dynamic workflow, you can ask explicitly, for example, create a dynamic workflow to map Rust lifetimes, or simply enable effort ultracode. In ultracode mode, orchestration scripts are generated and executed within the session to manage complex tasks. Dynamic workflows execute by orchestrating up to 16 parallel subagents at once, with a cap of 1,000 subagents per run. An orchestrator coordinates their work, applies adversarial verification to their outputs, and can resume interrupted runs without losing progress. These workflows require Claude Code v2.1.154, or later on, Max or Team plans. The feature is in research preview and must be enabled by enterprise admins. It is not available on Pro. In testing, this setup successfully ported about 750,000 lines of Zig code to Rust. Use the effort level task strategy matrix to budget tokens. Low or medium is best for fast, cheap tasks like triage, Q&A, or naming. High is your balanced default for important analysis. Reserve High or Max for deep, expensive work, such as refactors and agentic projects. Treat the 5-block template as a reusable schema. You can adapt the wording, but keep the block order. Outcome, constraints, context, test, and gate. Using this consistent structure across chat and code ensures stable reasoning and predictable high-quality outputs. The most skipped rule is choosing effort before you write the prompt. Do not wait until the model underperforms to adjust. If you run routine work on high by default, you quietly waste valuable daily tokens. Decide your effort budget up front for every task. Failure mode 1 is picking the wrong effort level. Using max on routine tasks can burn 4 to 8 times more tokens with no quality gain, while using low on critical work yields brittle results. The fix is simple. Consult your per-task decision table before each run. Failure mode 2 is applying workflows to strictly sequential problems. When each step depends on the previous one, there is nothing to parallelize, so workflows only add overhead. The remedy is to use workflows only when the problem decomposes into independent parts. Failure mode 3 is skipping the gate block. Without gates, confident but wrong answers can ship unchecked. Opus 4.8 will honor any gate you define, so always write a clear gate before submitting. This activates the model's new honesty and fail-safe checkpoints. To ship like a vibe coder, follow this checklist. Set the effort level, complete all 5 intent blocks, and verify tests. The masterclass is entirely free. No paywall, sign-up, or certificates, just practical workflows. For continued patterns and updates, subscribe at DDS Boston.